Hello, I'm Asif Illyas, and we are live. And I'm here joined with our lovely Ava.
Hello.
Hi, Ava. So welcome to episode 2. Thanks for joining us on this little autobiographical journey of songs of my life. And we are in the year 1979. And the song is Chiquitita by the band, the supergroup from Sweden called Abba. And my memory of this song is just like in the movies when you see someone recalling that dream of their parents listening to a song when they were younger. My parents dancing in the kitchen in our home in Epsom, Ewell, actually, in the county just outside of London, in the country. In our little small home with a small English kitchen, my parents swaying back and forth to this beautiful song. And you know, this track is another indication of, you know, my parents' love for music of all sorts. And I kind of I wanted to find out why they had such a varied palette. Like their taste for music was very, very wide. And the answer my dad and mom gave was really interesting. You see, we came from Sri Lanka, which we had come to England when I was much younger. But my parents growing up there, they had gone through the English stream of school. And Sri Lanka is a real melting pot of cultures. It was colonized first by the Portuguese, and then the Dutch, and then the British. And before that, a long, long history of the Sinhalese culture and the Tamil culture. And then after independence as well, it's become a very, very multicultural place. It's kind of an island that is, if you were to compare Sri Lanka to India, you would compare the same distinct culture as Ireland is to England. And so it's a very rich culture, lots of music, dance, song. And my parents were exposed to a lot of the Western influences. And back then, there was a lot of sort of sense of discovery and mystery about, you know, all the music from other parts of the world. Nowadays, at the touch of a keystroke, we can find out anything we want. But I think there was a little bit of a sweet spot in that there was, you know, this mystery and this discovery of different music from all around the world. And one of the things that my parents mentioned was that in Sri Lanka, the radio stations used to play all sorts of music on one channel. So like if there was one or two radio stations, they would play all genres of music. And when they moved to England, they found that it was quite bizarre to have a radio station playing just pop and just jazz, or, you know, just easy listening or classical. Things were still, you know, appealing to all the different cultures in Sri Lanka. And this song is also kind of a melting pot of musical styles. It's a pop song. It was a big hit for Abba from the album Voulez-Vous. And this album was released, I believe, in the year before, 1978. And this was the big single, the first single in 1979. And Ava, actually, I remember you sitting on the floor when you were quite a bit younger. I taught you how to use the record player. I had trusted you with it, and you pulled out. I'd played some ABBA to you. Your whole life you've been listening to ABBA, but for some reason you took to that album, and you were sitting on the floor with the lyric sheet out from the sleeve of the record, and you know, just like the old days, we used to just discover new things and listen to the whole album. So, what was it about ABBA that you loved, like that you took to?
Well, I think that in comparison to the newer generation's music, ABBA had a lot more variety, and you could have totally different genres from top to bottom of an album. And I've just always loved ABBA. And nowadays, music is kind of more generic, and there's a lot more similarities in songs. But that's not to say that there aren't a ton of great artists out there that are doing amazing.
You're a big fan of Harry Styles. So Ava introduced me to Harry Styles, and his albums are actually quite varied.
Yeah,
Like
they are.
on his latest album, there's folk, there's pop, there's hard rock, there's just some experimental stuff. There's almost like almost a tropical vibe in a song like Sunflower.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
he definitely has a lot of influences from older artists. So.
Yeah, he's kind of a retro head,
Yeah.
isn't he? Yeah. So ABBA actually, I think in the same way, them being, worldwide superstars. I'm not sure if just from traveling or just listening to all sorts of different music. They really did have lots of different styles of music influence their writing. Benny and Bjorn from ABBA, who were the main writers in ABBA, they actually said in an interview that this particular song was inspired. The song that inspired this one was El Condor Pasa from Simon and Garfunkel. I don't know if you remember that one. I'd rather be that one. If you remember that, and that was influenced from Peruvian music, and it sort of had that very traditional arrangement with the pan flutes and the charangos and the guitars and those rhythms. And this song has that. If anything, it almost has more of a Greek flair, almost like a Zorba the Greek flair. You can hear the parts in this song, like at the end. They're almost like it's almost like a bouzouki or a balalaika from Russian music. So there's all these influences that came through, and I'm really happy that my parents had listened to all these different styles. And like I joke with them that they lived in this sweet spot of pop culture. Actually, there's a picture of them here, looking very, very chic back in the 70s, and that is not Jeff Goldblum, by the way. That's my dad. I think that they had a real, love for all sorts of music, and then that got passed down to me, which is why I love this song. So we're going to play you this song now. Give it a shot. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 1979, my parents dancing in the kitchen, and this song, Chiquitita, by the wonderful Abba. Here we go. All right?
Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. You're enchained by your own sorrow. In your eyes, there is no hope for tomorrow. How I hate to see you like this. There is no Chiquitita, tell me the truth. I'm a shoulder you can cry on. Your best friend and the one you must rely on. You were always sure of yourself. Now I see tumbling down, and your love's a blown out candle. All is lost, and it seems too much to handle. Chiquitita, tell me the truth. There is no way you can deny it. I see that you're oh so sad, so quiet. Chiquitita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go, and the scars they're leaving. You'll be dancing once again, and the pain will end. You'll have no time for grieving. Chiquitita, you and I cry, but the sun is still in the sky and shining above you. Let me hear you sing once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita.
See you next time. Thank you.